Hello, everyone. I'm going to talk to you guys today about a very crucial issue, an issue that is so big and is so major, and it affects our lives, especially as young people today. Let me walk you guys through my life here a little bit. As a younger kid, I was always the kid who did everything that is considered courageous and outgoing. I was in every single club there was at my school. I did the drama club, and the music club. I sang and played all kinds of instruments. I was never an Ed Sheeran or a Taylor Swift, but yeah, I was pretty cool too. I did every single sport I could put my hands on also. I did gymnastics, track running, and basketball, even though I have really bad eye-hand coordination. But yeah, I managed anyways. I'm talking about being obnoxiously active right now. It was very, very annoying how active I was. And then, the older I got, and the more the years have passed, I realized I was becoming a lot more shy and closed to myself and insecure. And then, very, very recently, I was put in a situation where I had to work with this team to produce a certain project in such a short period of time. You see, I was such an awkward turtle, I can't even describe it right now. And let me put it to you guys this way. If I was ever out in public and I wasn't around my friends or my family or anyone familiar at all, I honestly wouldn't know what to do with myself. I would forget how to walk, how to talk. I would sometimes literally forget how to breathe. Did you ever forget how to breathe? It's not pretty, I tell you. It's not. And then I had to work in this project, and let me say that this team was of complete strangers. I didn't know a single one of them, and it was such a short period of time that I didn't have the time to be such an awkward turtle I usually am. I just had to get right down to business. And I did, and it turned out great, alhamdulillah, thank God for that. And it got me wondering, we were all such cool kids, and we did all this awesome, epic stuff when we were kids, and somehow we ended up right here. We ended up insecure, and we didn't know what to do with ourselves. What happened? What made us this way? I went on. Very sorry about that. So it got me wondering, and I went on researching and reading books and reading online and everything of why this happens, what causes this. Of course, I found myself in front of 1,000,001 reasons why this could ever happen. I listed 4 of them for you guys today. We don't have that time to list them all. Number 1, and it was very obvious, is childhood experiences. What is going on? I'm very sorry, I'm having some difficulties with this. I'm really bad with technology. It's childhood experiences, like I was saying, is the things that you are exposed to as a kid, the things that happens to you, the abuse you are exposed to, especially verbal abuse. And it's not necessarily in a sense that someone have sat you down someday and just told you all those nasty stuff. It could be, let me put it to you guys this way so it's easier to understand. You know that moment when you're a kid and your mom just finished cleaning up the whole house and it is now sparkly clean, and you walk in, the clumsy child that you are, holding in hand the cherry red glass of juice, and you drop it. You drop it, and now there is red juice all over that neat, clean floor and shattered glass, and you just made a mess. And your mom would come in angry, and she would yell at you things like, "Oh my God, why do you always do this? And why are you so clumsy? And why can't you walk straight? And why do you always mess up?" Of course, us Sudanese kids, we would take that beating, and we'd be like, "Ha ha, ma halagat," and just run right off. But you know what? You're a kid. You're actually going to keep messing up, and you're going to keep dropping stuff over and over and over again. And the more she says that stuff to you, it's just going to build up in your head and build up until the point where you start to believe it, when you start to believe that you can't walk straight and that you're too clumsy for your own good and that you can't do anything right. Number 2 is the experiences and things that happens to you even when you are an older or a young adult. Researchers have shown that the things that happens to you, the experiences that happens to you and the way you think can actually literally forms the way your brain functions. So when you keep thinking that you can't walk straight, you literally won't be able to walk straight. When you keep thinking that you can't breathe when you're in public, you literally can't breathe when you're in public. And number three, and this is very important, for us young people, for my generation, we lack faith. Faith both in ourselves. Like I said, me and that team and all of us here today, we have such great potentials, I'm very sure of that. But we don't trust in ourselves enough. We don't trust that we are able to accomplish a lot. And number two is spiritual faith. Okay, let me tell you guys that spiritual faith is actually proven to be one of the fundamentals of happiness. And we all know that a confident person is a happy person. So you need that spiritual presence in your life, regardless what that spiritual presence is. Regardless what religion you follow, what God you worship, what prayer you do, it doesn't matter. You need that spiritual presence in your life. And number four, and I want you guys to listen very closely to this, especially parents out here. Number four is that us, especially when we are younger, when we are kids, we are taught what is and what is not socially acceptable, what is and what is not aib, instead of teaching us what is right and what is wrong. We all have heard that term of don't do this because fulana would say something about it. We don't do that because ilana would say something about it. Instead of we don't do what we don't do because it's wrong. Because you know what? If you teach you what's socially acceptable right now, what is considered socially acceptable right now may not be acceptable in another society. Who said I'm going to be living here forever? Who said I'm going to be living with the same people forever? What they think is acceptable may not be acceptable somewhere else. So teach me what is right and what is wrong. Teach me what is international, what will never change, instead of teach me something that doesn't really matter and just an opinion for somebody. And then I got to the point where I was like, okay, now I know why this happens. I know why we're all so insecure and lousy. How do we fix that? Can you give me something that I can follow to be a better person, to accomplish what I want to accomplish, to be who I want to be? And of course, I went on again, researching. Once again, I found myself in front of 1,000,001 ways how to fix that. Once again, we don't have time for all those ways, so I'm just going to keep it short and sweet for you guys today. How do we overcome this? I've created a simple 12 steps way to overcome that. Number one is to find something good about yourself. I know some of you guys here today may start thinking like, I don't really have a talent. I don't have something that I'm really cool at. Like my friend can really sing, but I sound really suckish. You guys are thinking this right now, but trust me, there's something really good about you. God have created something very special in every single one of you here today and every single person out here in this world. You just have to find this really good thing about you. Maybe you can really sing. Maybe you can really sing, or maybe you can really write, or maybe you can really rap, or whatever. Maybe you're just pretty, maybe you just have really beautiful eyes. Just find that really good thing about yourself. Number two is to focus on it. Focus on your pretty eyes for a second here. That's if you have pretty eyes. Of course, I see a lot of pretty eyes here. So yeah, you guys are cool. Just focus on that really good thing that you have and let it empower you. Let it be the seed in which your confidence starts from. Let your talent guide you on. Let your talent empower you. Let your beautiful eyes empower you or whatever. Number three is to not brag about it. Don't ever brag about it. Don't ever feel like you have to go around telling everybody about your beautiful eyes. Because you know what? Once you do that, once you go around bragging about the awesome stuff that you have, people are going to either get really bored and not want to hear it anymore and just get sick of your... and you're just going to drive them away and you're going to feel worse than you did before. So don't brag about it, guys. Number four is to wear a special item. Okay, I know we all have this really cool item in our closets that just give us hope. We just feel like Superman wearing it. Maybe you have a really cool cap. I see you, cap guy. Yeah. Maybe you just have like really cool socks or really cool shoes or something that you really love or your really cool tag. You just this thing that gives you hope and make you feel so powerful. Wear it and let it empower you a little. Don't count on it. Don't make it like the thing that you can't feel confident if you're not wearing. But it may help sometimes. Like I'm wearing these high heels today, making me feel real awesome. Number 5, study yourself. Okay, now and then the first step we said find something good about yourself. Now just give yourself time. Just stand up in the mirror in the morning. Let the rest of your family feel like you're a crazy person for standing so long in front of the mirror in the morning. But do it. Study yourself. Find all the good things about you, in your looks, the things that you can do. Like I stand up in the mirror every day, holding my brush and acting like I'm here on this stage. And yes, it's helping me very much right now. Thank you very much. Just do it. Study yourself. Find those powerful points that you have. Number 5 is do something that you love, and this is very important. Just find something that you love. Like for example, if you love to write. Just do it because you love it, because it makes you feel good when you're doing it. It doesn't matter if you're good at it or you're bad. You can be really suckish. Nobody cares. You're doing it because you love it. You see, nobody's expecting you to be Shakespeare right now. Nobody's expecting you to be Mahmoud Darwish or whatever. But you love to write, so just keep on writing because it makes you feel good and therefore make you more happy and make you more confident. Number 7 is don't let on being insecure. If you are ever put in a situation where you're feeling like such an awkward turtle, like I was referring to myself before, don't let people catch that vibe. Never let them feel like you're insecure. Like I could be feeling like hell standing up in this stage today, but I would never let you guys find out. Never let it on. Never let people find it out. And like they say, just fake it till you make it, right? Number 8, it says that a confident person isn't always someone who walks up and talks to everybody. Like for myself, I'm not really that much of a social person. I don't really walk up and talk to every single person I hear today because that's just me. It makes me comfortable just sitting there in this chair and not talking to a single person all day long. Don't pressure yourself into being something or to being someone that you're not. Like I said, it's only going to make you feel worse and you're not going to feel comfortable and you're not going to be confident at all. It's just going to kill the whole point. Number 9, don't feel like you have to be happy all the time. Okay, now I know that I've said that a confident person is a happy person, but you know what? You're still a person. You're still only a human being. Allow yourself to be sad sometimes, to be angry, to be worried or stressed or whatever, or nervous, like my hands are shaking right now. But allow yourself to feel real emotions because you are only a human being regardless how secure or how insecure that you are. Don't pressure yourself. Do not pressure yourself into things that you're not ready for. Number 10 is don't do things for other people, do things for yourself. Okay, I know that sometimes we feel like we have to do things for somebody so they won't get mad at us or they won't hate us or that we won't drive them away. Just sometimes you're going to have to just chill and kick back and do nothing and just stare at the ceiling all day long because that's what you want to do that day. Don't do things for other people, do things for yourself. And number 11, don't look at the number, and the last point is you have to feel and realize that you are equal to every single person out there in this world. For instance, if you are insecure about the fact that you're overweight, realize that there are 0 size models out there in this world. Actually, by being yourself, by existing, you're balancing the world. So yeah, give it up for yourself here. I guess at the end, when you guys walk out of this room, and I know we all have our insecurities and we all have our fears, I want you guys to realize that it's not only your problem. You are not alone in this. We all suffer from the same problem. We just need to find this thing that empowers us and just find our confidence. And number 2, you have to realize that you are freaking awesome, guys. Every single one of you guys here today. Find your awesomeness. You have to find it. It's right there. I'm pretty sure I can see awesomeness just shining down here. So just find it, let it empower you, and just be the awesome person that you're meant to be. Thank you, guys.